Hello, people. How's it going? I need to come up with something to say which spooks people who aren't expecting my voice to pop up. I should start one of these streams with. Hang on. I should start one of these streams without coughing. I should start one with sort of a hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Sparks and this is Gamemode 4, the series where we create command block modules that change and modify the gameplay experience and see how many people go through their tabs trying to find the Gamemode 4 video which opened. So yeah, let's play some Minecraft. That seems like a good place to start. Gonna be doing some more map making today. Sorry, not more map making, some more custom terrain map automating making. I don't know. And get rid of the spaces at the ends of my commands. Yes. I've realized that I have a slight desynchronization now between the commands in here. This is not what we're looking at today. This is. I was changing some of the commands in game and not the ones in here. So at some point we need to go through and make sure that those are in sync, like sensible people. And I also noticed that it's kind of hard to read in the stream, so I'm going to zoom in quite a bit. Hello, Sugar Shock. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Beam. With a much shorter delay in stream time, which is always nice. And we're going to be continuing to bug fix from last time. If you watched the... Oh, getting pause. If you watched the video earlier today, that is not the most recent stream. There is one more since then. I was experimenting with skeletons for a different project because I have a habit of doing that. So that's good. So we are kind of almost done, but not quite, with this system. What is this? This is all the scoreboard adders. I'm just sort of reminding myself what's going on. I'm going to stop this clock a second. So the problem we're having is this system here works. It spreads the chunks. It spreads out the chunk detection from the player. And this system works. It works out the corner of the player's position, but for some reason they're not working together. Hello, Larite. Welcome to the stream. However shortly you may stay there. I'm going to make Spider a mod. There we go. Forgot to do that. So, that's kind of where we left it off in the last stream. What is that? That's a bone. Or two. Alright, so... that's our last gained position. So we know the position getting is working. Scoreboard players tag Sparks add something. I've forgotten what the tag is it's looking for. It'll be somewhere along here. We've been doing a good job of optimizing so far. I think we've got a lot of scoreboards removed and quite a lot of command blocks removed as well. Oh, there it is. GM4 cell. GM4 CST min equals 1 and GM4 cell. So we're going to go GM4 cell. So if I push this button, 162, 158, if we fly over here and push this, it's changed our coordinates, and that's, I think, all it's done. It should have summoned an armor stand in the corner as well. but we're not sure about the armor stand because, sorry, the area effect cloud, because we're not sure why this isn't working. So the getting pos thing that was printing at the start, that's at the very end of this line. So this line is being powered, but for some reason it's not correctly finding the corner of everything. For some reason I suddenly have a scratchy throat. So I think the armor stand, the area effect cloud, sorry, are somewhere over here. Maybe they're misnamed? Should be summoned somewhere around here. Apparently they're not. How does... hang on. We're getting the corners of the player, then we're teleporting the armor stand around until it's in the corner. Here it is. So the question is, perhaps we are giving it the wrong name. Name equals corner finder, summon area effect cloud, custom name GM4 chunk checker. So we've got to check that name is correct. Polyboy says there's an easier way to do this, he thinks, but I don't know what you're referring to. An easier way to do what? Sorry about my throat. I was fine until I started streaming, and now I feels all requiring of clearings. GM4 CS, and there's the problem. We called it CS in here, and we called it chunk checker over here, so that's just that. Yeah, okay, you're not talking about the module, fair enough. I don't know whether I'm scared at the thought that there's an easier way to get the player's coordinates than this, or whether I'm excited, because if there's an easier way to do this, then I've wasted a lot of time, but it's also exciting because it would be a lot simpler. So these armor stands we're summoning, we need to change their names. Did I actually write down their names? It's CS, I think it was, right? Can somebody confirm? Was it CS? Was anybody paying any attention? I think it was CS. Junk scanner. There'll be 4 of those, I believe. See you, Sugar Shock. Thanks for watching. This will be the last one. Actually, there might be 5. Yeah, there are. Apparently, Phoenix made a system like this for his Pokemon map, says Polyboy. Hello, little man Muse. Welcome to the stream. GM4 CS. Okay, that's solved that weird problem. Amavir, sorry, yes, I forgot to welcome you. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hello. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I don't want to turn this on now. I think it'll work. But we just don't know. Let's do it. Well, that's pretty promising. The scanning is working pretty quickly. These will have been left behind in a horrible miasma of not enough bedrock. If I do F3B, we should be able to see an armor stand desperately spawning somewhere over here, yeah. So if I was to put some bedrock right here. Was it here? Not quite. That was it. Yeah, this is just holes in the bedrock. This wouldn't happen in regular Minecraft. It's because Minecraft kind of sucks at... They're over here. Where the heck are they? There. So that should kill itself in a while. I think we can make them have a much younger age than this. But what I want to do now... Oh. Okay. What I want to do is I want to fly over to something like... x200, generate the terrain, and then fly to x minus 200 and approach it from the opposite direction, thus giving us a full picture, you know, things and words and stuff, to see whether when approaching from a negative coordinate and approaching from a positive coordinate, the two line up. So first off, we're going to have to stick on a extra command. You know what? Logon 111 made this amazing system. It's a spawn egg. When you place it down on a command block, it shifts the entire line off in that direction, and you can also tell it to shift it back towards, and you can just basically just make a gap in the redstone. It's awesome. So this is our fill barrier. I want to add another command just after that temporarily to fill. In fact, they hang around for a while, don't they? I can probably stick it safely on the end. I just want to fill a slightly smaller square within that space of another block so we can see where the grid is. So let's put this here. Detect bedrock. Oh, that's gonna not be bedrock at this point. I guess we'll just do this. And it'll be laggy, but we're only using it for testing, so that's fine. So we're going to put stained glass 10, nice and purple. And we're going to go 1, 1, 29, 29. I think this should create a square with a 1 block wide border. And then the next square next to it as well, so there'll be a gap of 2 blocks between each grid, I think. Let's stop this, open MCEdit, have some coffee. I didn't welcome MC. I didn't even see MC. MC's here? I don't see him. He's not here. Polyboy says, have you heard of Oria's test GM4 server? No, I haven't. What is that? I haven't heard of that. Is somebody making a Gamemode 4 server? Sounds interesting. We definitely don't want to accidentally miss out any of this, because if we do, we lose it forever. Just gonna go a little bit safe and include all that, and then put the bedrock back, and then we'll just see how this goes. Minecraft seems to kind of suck at handling deleted chunks. Come on, over here. Oh man, my mouse. Come on. Right. Go. Fill in place. Bedrock. Orion made a Gamemode 4 server for testing some not official modules in his project Cactus. Sounds cool. Right, we have these horrible world holes again. They're so stupid. I'm worried about them screwing things up, because that will never happen in regular Minecraft world. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select them again. Oh man, what is this? Look, we pruned you. Ah, hang on. I have to go load those properly, aren't I? Go. Oops, wrong world. I love the fact that they're still marked as barriers in here, but they... Oh, I guess they probably are still barriers, aren't they? Yeah, that's weird. I thought it was just an air hole for breathing. I think they're just a-holes, really. They shouldn't be there. Fill and replace, bedrock. Better. Right, so let's put the command block down. We should hopefully get a nice grid appearing below us, and then we'll go check that it's approaching correctly from different positive and negative coordinates. Oh no, there's no grid! Why is there no grid? Are they dead by this point, or what? Failed to execute. I left that there. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We can continue on as before. We do seem to be getting a grid now. You can see it's actually catching up from its mistake earlier. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Very cool. Just going to fly over here and take a look. We should have the correct shape here. Hi Dordio, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we've got we've got a 3-block gap. 3 blocks. Three. Okay, well, 3 is not what I was aiming for, but as long as it's 3 on all sides, that's okay. I guess I could make it 1, just to make it look more even, but I don't think it's too important, actually. So right now we are at 100, 100, more or less. So let's go to 1,000 minus 300. Now let's do 300 first. 1,100, 300. Boop. We should see it scanning these chunks as it goes, which is good. Now what we want to do is we want to teleport to the same coordinate of negative 300 and then head towards... What? Why would it stop? What? Hello? It worked fine when we teleported before. What is this? Well, that's weird. I've never seen that happen before in the 1.8 version. Okay, so that's all scanned. We now want to head towards positive Z, and hopefully eventually we will meet up with the positive fill line, and they should line up. It's pretty much keeping up with me as I fly, which is kind of cool. So we're looking for a break in the pattern round about now. Maybe in a few blocks. We're at 200. We're at 300. They seem... I don't see any sort of discrepancy in the shape, right? So I think they are joining up correctly. As far as I can tell. I think we're all good. Everything look good to everyone? I think it's working nicely. It's really cool how it just scans ahead of you, though. I'm really pleased with how this system works, just in general. And like, you can almost not even keep up with it. In Gamemode 3, you can. You can Well, I may stand corrected. Oh look, we're back at the redstone. That's probably why we couldn't keep up. Those are all just barriers. You can see it scanning over here. We actually, like, in a super flat world, it's very hard to actually catch up. But I'm going to, just to see what happens. I'm going to overtake it here and just see if we mess anything up with the shapes. But no, everything seems to be matching the grid pattern. It's should be scanning ahead of us here. I don't think it's scanning in that direction. I'm not quite sure. I think it's scanning ahead of us in this direction. But obviously the chunks have to be loaded, so I don't see it starting ahead of us. What's my render distance? 16. Okay. Either way, I mean, when I approach the edge here, it does continue to scan, so that's good. I don't want players to sort of approach the edge and suddenly have things generate in their face, basically. Wait, redstone slime, you saw some messed up chunks north? North. This way. North of the redstone. Are you talking about the ones which don't have any squares? Because these were generated before I fixed the glass not being set, if that's what you mean. Okay. Well, that's looking very good though. Unless redstone slime, you still see an issue somewhere? Everything seems uniform and in line to me, which is exactly what I want. It's very good news. So there we go. Our chunk scanning system is done. I mean, we've got to coil it and tidy it a little bit, but in general, I think it's all good. So I suppose, I think I'm going to leave it uncoiled for now because we may discover later on that there's something wrong and it's going to be easier to fix it if it's a straight line. So just tidy up a bit, I guess. I can get rid of stained glass fill. To be honest, everything else, like the next thing to do would be biome changes. So for that we're going to need a new world anyway. Like a regular Minecraft world. So I think we can export all of this as a schematic. Yeah, okay. A resin slime saying the corners of the chunks are right. Yeah, they are right. I checked. Right, so we're going to slightly tidy all this up. I think I'm using absolute coordinates currently. I should probably fix that. I'm just going to line these up a little bit. Oh, it doesn't like moving these. Oh, I thought... right mouse to nudge it further. Okay. Beautiful. Did it nudge everything properly? Yeah, I think so. Not leaving anything bad behind, I don't think so. Okay. That's... I know it looks like a lot, but it's less command blocks than than we had over here by a fair bit. So, I'm going to export that. Do I want to put it in the modules folder? I wonder. I guess I will, and I'll have a templates thing in here just to keep everything together. Base uncoiled 1. Yeah, there's still a lot of command blocks. I think I may actually, currently, to one-click this in, it takes up just over just over 1 command block. So 2. I think I might be able to fit it into 1 if I play with it some more. There are a couple of speech marks I can take out. But more importantly, something which I'll have to do by hand, but might be worth it for this, it's not going to impact performance in the slightest, is instead of the way that my one-click installer works is basically it set blocks a command block with a command inside it. But what you can do instead is you can use fill, and you can fill a line of blank command blocks, and then entity data or block data, the command block, secondly, to put a command inside. So you get one fill command which sets all of the command blocks, and then if we look at this is desire lines, you can see that every single one is just set blocking another command block. Instead of all of this, we can do block data. Like, that's quite a few characters saved, so multiply that by the number of things. So I might try doing that. Little Man Muse says, are we going to add anything new to biome changes while you're making this? I would like to, yes. I think that we can try tackling maybe 1 or 2 new biomes, and something I'd really like to achieve, actually, is creating a custom biome, which it'll be marked. So what I'd like to try and do at some point, maybe tomorrow or at some point, is I'd like to make a dark forest biome. So this chunk scanning system will occasionally check to see whether there'll be a trigger, and the trigger will say, am I in a forest? And if it is, it'll do a scanning system similar to this chunk scanning system here to set the boundaries of this forest as a dark forest, and it might change the blocks that the trees are made out of until it runs out of forest, or it decides that it's not in a forest anymore or whatever, and this dark forest will give players blindness inside it, which I think will be kind of cool. We can possibly summon in some special structures that only appear in the biome, maybe have some special mob spawners as well. I'm thinking for a dark forest, it might be kind of cool to have it almost like a petrified forest, where the trees are made of stone or coal, or some combination, which we'll just do with a fill replace to change the existing trees types, and then maybe change the ores inside in the ground in that biome entirely to coal. So it's like a place where you can get a lot of coal if you want to, but it's kind of dangerous and you can't see much. Might be kind of interesting. Polyboy says, can people easily make expansion packs on this? It is designed to be expandable. Like, each biome change is a module to itself. So it is, like custom crafting, it is expandable, but it's not as easy as custom crafting, because each addition is so unique. You can work out how to do it. I think 1 or 2 people have. You do need a bit of an understanding of command blocks, and you can kind of modify an existing biome change or structure system to work with this. I'm not sure how many people are aware, but I'm actually going to Switzerland on Sunday evening. So I'm not going to be around for the next week. I'm going to be having fun in Switzerland. Let's create a new world. Custom terrain 1.9 test 1. Creative, we're going to leave the world entirely normal, and this is going to be our testing area. So, what biome changes? What additions to biome changes would you guys like to see? There were a few other biome changes I had up my sleeve which I never got around to doing. I kind of wanted to make, I think Podzol Forest. I wanted to make like entirely dirt, maybe. Since that's a fairly easy one to detect, because for biome detection you have to have something very unique and abundant about the biome. Also, something I've been meaning to do is nether biomes. I think that would really spice up the nether. Grand Freud asks, when do I hope to release it? Well, custom terrain for 1.8 is released. It's out. You can get it. The 1.9 version? I don't know. I need to get it done soon, because I think people will want to use it for their 1.9 worlds. So it's kind of high priority for me at the moment, but I have no real deadline. I want to do it right, not quickly, and learn from my mistakes. So let's go over to here. Oh, nope. 1.9 test 1. Import. It's going to take me to this bloody folder every time, isn't it? What am I doing? Custom terrain base. Coiled. This thing's freaking huge. Have I loaded enough chunks to actually place this? Why can't I? Okay, right. Well, we'll do that. Is this entirely in loaded chunks on either side? Okay, it is. That's good. Just nudge it up a bit then. Update command block coordinates. No, thank you. Update spawner coordinates. Nope. Alright, that'll do. Spider says optimizing biome detection will be fun. Do you have some ideas? Or are you being sarcastic? Did I turn the clock off? This may just start scanning. Actually, I don't think it will properly be able to scan because it's I was using absolute coordinates. Set world. Set world. Spawn. Hopefully that's got everything loaded. Yeah, no, the clock isn't running. So I think we're targeting this command block with an absolute coordinate at the moment. I don't remember which of these command blocks is doing it. Probably this one. Yeah, I was using absolute coords. So I guess we'll do that again and change it once we start coiling it up. Okay, so we should be able to import our objectives. Scoreboard objective, scoreboard game rule. Keep inventory true. Game rule. Command log outputs false. Log admin commands false. Do daylight cycle false. Okay, let's put down a redstone block and see what happens. It printed 5, 6, 7 position searches. I was hoping for 5. Look at that redstone. I still don't understand why there are 2 of them. Let's go see if it's actually replaced the floor with... What the heck? Oh, that's the entity is highlighted. Is that I thought it was a minecart. It's a spider. Okay. Well, it looks like the bedrock is being replaced. It's good news. Seems to be working. Grand Freud asks, what do I use to compile in one command? I usually do it as a combination of by hand and with a generator I've written. Okay. Look at that. Okay. So, let's import... You know what we forgot to get? We forgot to get this over here. We may already be triggering this actually. GM4C process is the name of any armor stand which runs when a chunk update happens in my system. So that should technically be being triggered from over here. I don't remember if we actually copied it or not. It would have to be on this line somewhere, probably near the end, if I copied it. Okay, it looks like we're missing it then. Grand Freud says, I think there's no English streamer who can say my pseudo name with the right French accent. Can I try? Grand Freud? Grand Freud would be my guess, if that was French. Yeah, that's my attempt. Which I'm also not English, but you know. Oh, I got a nice. That's promising. So we can actually change this. Instead of a set block, we can do a block data. But we'll probably just rebuild this system then. So we want to go and import. Do you know what? I don't think I actually have the one-click saved. I think I'm going to have to download it from the site, not the one-click, the schematic. I'm just going to go to the Gamemode 4 website and download it. Cooler Caves, I think, is the name. Download schematic. Show in folder. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so we're going to stick this somewhere, I guess here-ish. So much smaller. And while we're in here, I'm going to spread them apart a bit so we can read them better. Import. Nudge. Nudge. So, how close was I, Grand Foire, with my pronunciation? Is it passable? So if I'm right, these won't actually be doing anything right now because we have no command telling them to run. Yeah, appears to be the case. Man, look at this. Look at this crazy stuff you have to do in 1.8. It's passable, apparently. Good. Okay, so which is which? I'm guessing this is sandstone. It'll be very easy to tell. No, this is snowy. Oh, we probably should have chosen a seed to develop this where we know where all the different biomes are, because we're going to have to go find these biomes to work out whether this is working or not. I don't know if anybody knows of a 1.9 seed where the where there's like a Planet Minecraft or something which gives you the coordinates to all the different biomes or something. That's what I used for the 1.8 development of this system. So it used to be GM4C process. This is in no way am I planning to make any of the 1.9 versions of custom terrain modules compatible with 1.8 because 1.8 just doesn't work in 1.9. Apparently Etho is promoting Gamemode 4 in a YouTube video, which I kind of want to watch now, but don't think I should while I'm streaming. I'll assume that he says wonderful things about it. I'd like to think he does. He played one episode of Hermitcraft Gamemode 4, and he liked the granite. Okay. So, I haven't watched any YouTubers in a long time. Like, I just don't have the time. I used to watch Etho all the time. But I just don't at the moment. Okay, so let's. I kind of want to build this where these are. I guess I'll put to the other side, but ugh. Where do I put them? That's separate from this. I don't know. I'll get over it. Let's just go here. Getting rid of that anyway. Just clone these out of the way, I suppose. Okay, good. So, we're going to get our armor stand here. Custom name GM4 C process, chunk process, custom name visible 1, no gravity 1. Sure. Okay. You know what? Normally what I do is I put block data auto 0 in here, and then this executes on this to block data it to 1. But considering there are multiple calls, as it were, to this output, it might be worth just having 2 command blocks in here. One sets it to auto, and one sets it to not auto. I don't know whether you can do that in one tick. You probably can't. So maybe I'll just leave it like this. I don't know. Say 1. Let's just check it's working. I don't remember. Do those things run when there are no chunks? Well, regardless of whether they did or not, I think we should make it so that they're only triggered if a chunk has just been processed. If that makes sense. So the best way to do that is probably to put it conditionally off something that only happens when the chunk loads. Because the problem is we don't have... we can't just check if there are any chunk checker armor stands around or area effect clouds around, because they kind of hang around on the edges of the chunks sometimes. Spider says you should test and see if running that causes the chain to activate twice. I've heard it does. You should test and see if running that causes the chain to activate twice. As in running this, or running the thing I was talking about earlier? I guess for now I'll just stick it over here. Execute at E. Name equals gm4 chunk process. I don't remember what I called it. That is not what I called it. C process. And you know what? That's not the correct name. It should be that. Block data auto 1. I don't think it will run it twice. No, it doesn't. What happens is if you do this with a fill clock, if you're using a 20 Hertz clock, it will run twice. I have noticed that while working on, I think it was Desire Lines, or it might have been something else, but it does do that. Okay, so we can target it, that's good. Yeah, it's all good. What are we doing now? So the thing is, we're currently running these checks all the time, and we probably want to only do it if there is a processing area effect cloud around. We could execute off those entities, but I don't know whether we want to. See, they're all just hanging around on the edge of the world, and if we were to explore a little bit and then head back to the center, they'd all be unloaded. So it's only a semi-issue, and I don't really know how to get rid of them because they're in lazy chunks and they don't do things that you tell them to, like die. So I mean, if I was to sort of fly around a little bit in a circle around our redstone, then head back to the middle and do that say command again, we probably will find a lot less of them. Okay, so we are generating some new chunks now. So we're just flying around here a little bit. And when we go back to the middle, we should see that the area is now loaded and there shouldn't be any armor stands, or very few, when we return. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Spider says he's a lazy chunk. Okay, we appear to have more than we did. I stand corrected. Good, good. Okay, well... Damn. I mean, they're supposed to die. They have a duration tag on them. They're supposed to just kill themselves, and I think I actually added a kill command as well. Somewhere. Oh, no, that's just to get rid of them if there's more than one in one spot. Make the duration less? Yeah, I could do. Less than 50. I guess even 20 is quite a lot. these are actually called here and over at the end here. Little Mummy says they've got an idea for oh, we got a fire. Custom terrain, custom villages in more biomes. Yeah, I want to do that, but unfortunately villages appear in biomes that are very difficult to detect. Or, sorry, rather, it's hard to find a village. So, for example, we can probably... Desert villages would be easy to find because there's a load of sand. And we're already doing desert detection, but desert villages are already sandy. But, for example, plains village... savanna villages would be cool to have different. But it's very hard to tell when a village is in a savanna because with the exception of the occasional bit of acacia wood... There is no composition difference between plains and savanna. So unless somebody can think of a... that's probably why it's lasting so long, isn't it? Someone can think of a good way of detecting a savanna that doesn't require acacia wood. Because they're not very thick, those trees. Did I just put 200 in here? I did. Do they spawn in extreme hills? I think they only spawn in flat areas, don't they? I don't think I've ever even seen one spawn in, like, snowy areas. I think it's only plains, deserts, and, oh, you mean, like, generating villages from scratch in other biomes? Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think we would run into the same problem, the same reason why Mojang hasn't done it. They currently appear in very flat biomes without much in them, because it's a lot easier to generate a village in a flat space without much in it. To do it in an area with more trees or a hillier terrain means that you're going to run into more problems with it looking stupid. So that's kind of my worry.